and welcome to the News at 9. I'm Kushal and joining me tonight is Vaishnavi.
Hello.
Today's headlines. AIADMK condemns price hike and launches protests across Tamil Nadu. Kamal fans rejoice as the Vishwarupam saga comes to an end and the release date is announced. State of public awareness on war memorials and our martyrs in focus this Republic Day. Circus companies adapt to keep the house afloat in challenging times.
Yet another price hike and another protest. The recent decision of the central government to hike the prices of essential commodities has been met with the contempt from the public and the opposition parties. The AIADMK party in Tamil Nadu organized a protest against the Congress-led central government condemning the price hike.
Today, the AIADMK party staged a protest against the central government condemning the hike in prices. Thousands of ADMK supporters and other government and private associations gathered near Central Station criticizing the Congress-led central government for increasing the prices of essential commodities like petrol, diesel, gas and railway fares. Prominent AIADMK leaders including Mayor Saidai Duraswamy, former Speaker Madhusudan took part in the protest. The protesters raised slogans against the central government demanding a rollback in the price hike. Protests were also witnessed in Coimbatore and Tiruchi. Stanley John for NDTV India Can.
Kamal fans breathed a sigh of relief when the controversy over Vishwarupam finally ended, but it was not an easy ride for the magnum opus. Let's look back at the hurdles it faced.
There's a place far away.
It all started when the producer and director Kamal Haasan announced that his movie Vishwarupam will be releasing in DTH just a day before its theatrical release. Since then, the magnum opus has not been able to keep itself away from controversies. What followed was a heated discussion with the theatre owners. The problem was then eventually solved by postponing the DTH release date.
The chamber and the distributors of Tamil Nadu and probably the South, they will all come together to understand this vision as a useful one for the industry. And I am announcing my release date of Vishwarupam in Tamil and Telugu on the 25th instant January.
Another blow came in the form of Islamic groups to Kamal Haasan. Muslim groups raised objection to its content, stating that the community has been portrayed in a bad light.
முஸ்லிம்களை குறிவைத்து இஸ்லாத்தின் நம்பிக்கைகளை குறிவைத்து முஸ்லிம்கள் உயிருக்கு மேலாக நேசிக்கக்கூடிய திருக்குரானை, முஸ்லிம்களுடைய தொழுகை முறையை, முஸ்லிம்களுடைய பிரார்த்தனை முறைகள் எல்லாம் தீவிரவாதத்தினுடைய ஊந்துகோலாக அமைந்திருக்கின்றது என்ற வகையில சமூகத்திற்கு மத்தியிலே சமூகங்களுக்கு இடையில பிரிவினையை ஏற்படுத்தக்கூடிய ஒரு திரைப்படமாக இந்த படம் அமைந்திருக்கின்றது.
Based on the petition given by the minority groups, Tamil Nadu government banned the movie for 15 days despite the clearance from the country's censor board. Kamal Haasan appealed to the Madras High Court, stating that the content of the movie is factual and was not made to offend any particular community. Meanwhile, the movie was released in US and other states in India, but fans from his own state were left heartbroken.
எல்லா ஊர்லயுமே முஸ்லீம் இருக்காங்க. ஆனா தமிழ்நாட்டில் மட்டும்தான் முஸ்லீம் இருக்காங்களா? இங்கே மட்டும் தடை பண்ணி வச்சுக்கீங்களே. கேரளாவில் இருக்காங்க, எவ்வளோ முஸ்லீம் இருக்காங்க? இங்கே தோட ஜாஸ்தி இருக்காங்க கேரளாவில். அங்கே எப்படி ஓடுது? அங்கே ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை பண்ணிட்டாங்களா?
But Kamal Haasan was not alone in this fight. Friends and prominent personalities voiced their support. Rajinikanth, his friend for the past 40 years, did not hold back. Kamal has never hurt anyone's sentiments. His gesture of screening the film for the Muslims before the theatrical release would show the love and the regards that he has got for them. After a series of reviewing, postponing and appealing, the High Court interim order was in Kamal's favour, lifting the ban on the movie. The very next day, Tamil Nadu government appealed against the order and the High Court reinstated the ban in Tamil Nadu. An emotional Kamal Haasan addressed the media the very same day.
I've lost what I've got. When I have nothing to lose, I might as well choose. And that choice would be a place where it will be a secular state. From Kashmir to Kerala, excluding Tamil Nadu, I look for a place which would house an artist like me. I'll pay for it.
Many film personalities supported Kamal by making their presence. In the midst of this issue, Chief Minister Jayalalitha met the media persons and stated that the decision was completely taken to safeguard the law and order in the state. She also added that there is no personal enmity with the actor. The Chief Minister further said that the matter will be solved if Kamal holds talk again with the Islam organization in the presence of government officials. As suggested, Kamal held discussion with the minority members in the state secretary and solved the issue. Finally, the release date is announced on February 7th, leaving the fans joyful. Vishwarupam, being the action thriller, its release too had its own dose of suspense, emotions and action, ending in a happy climax.
This is Lokesh Balachandran with camera person Stanley John for NDTV India Can.
The infamous fall of Lance Armstrong has not just plagued the sport, but the competitors, fans and perhaps the nations. The recent events have shocked the sporting world. Doping has not even spared the Indian athletes. We take a look at how the rising numbers point to the dark side of the story.
This is my body, and I can do whatever I want to it. I can push it, study it, tweak it, listen to it. Everybody wants to know what I'm on. What am I on? I'm on my bike, busting my ass 6 hours a day. What are you on?
This commercial of Lance Armstrong for Nike did more than just silencing his critiques, but we all know how the story ended. It was probably the greatest fall in the history of sports, millions of hearts broken and many co-athletes hurt. Doping certainly is plaguing sports today. India tops the list of dope offenders with 40 cases out of 204. Ironically, it's higher than the country's medal tally at Olympics.
You take drugs or steroids, you become double the power of a normal human being. So what a normal human being does like in 7 days, you are doing it in 2 days when you take illegal drugs like. So that says you're cheating, and definitely it'll improve your performance to a very, very big difference.
Losing and winning defines an athlete, but critics call it just a romantic notion. Dopers not only leave a black mark in history, but tarnish the memories of those who have competed with them.
But no, if I'm not using anything. If I come there means I will be coming in 4th or 5th place. I feel it's very, wow, so much here I was practicing, but I was coming in 3rd or 4th places. So I feel very somewhat suffering.
Recent cases of Ashwini Akunji among 6 other runners who represented India left a shockwave in the Indian athletics fraternity. NADA ruled in their favour, stating that the athletes were not really at fault, as they did not prescribe for doping, but in fact were unaware of it.
Medicine, cream, all this kind of nonsense. Don't believe them. Athletes are not children. They know what they are taking, and they do it deliberately. Most of the time they do deliberately in collusion with their coaches.
The truth behind such incidents remains in dark light, but doping, with or without consent, has left the sport paralyzed. Are we in an age where it is all about fame and money? Is sportsmanship just another word in textbooks? With NADA and WADA tightening up its screws, only time is to tell where the future of athletics is headed.
Prama Neeraja, NDTV India Can.
Up next is the Chennai Book Fair, which has been South India's most prized literary event for several years now. 2013 marks the fair's 36th year in existence and promises to be the grandest edition yet.
The Chennai Book Fair has been around since 1977, and the Indian publishing industry has always embraced it religiously. The event is a melting pot that brings the industry together year after year, serving as a connecting point between publishers, authors and readers.
We're totally Delhi-based, do not have any outlets anywhere in India. Our major clientele is from the 4 southern states in India, and the Chennai Book Fair is a very good opportunity for sales in Tamil Nadu.
Apart from showcasing thousands of popular mainstream titles, the fair gives literary buffs an opportunity to pick up niche and rare books from around the world. For instance, this publishing house deals only with the 36 volumes of Dr. Ambedkar's speeches and written work, while another stall houses exquisite books about rare and forgotten subjects like intricate portions of Indian mythology and British exploits in the pre-independence period. The Chennai Book Fair receives a lot of international attention as publishers, authors and book lovers from around the world visit it year after year. Hundreds of popular international titles that are translated into South Indian languages make a regular appearance here.
My name is Masa Ikeda from Happy Science, Japan. We are exhibiting this Chennai Book Fair for the first time this year. And we are promoting Japanese best-selling books, Invincible Thinking and other titles in English and Tamil. Okay. Response is quite good. These are spiritual and motivational titles, bestsellers in Japan. And many Indian people are interested in these books because of this lead to their personal development and happiness, success. So we're very happy to be here.
Of all the varieties of books on display, classical and commercial Tamil titles outsold everything else, leaving local publishers enthused to visit the show again. Boasting an attendance of over 40,000 people this year, the organizers have kept their promise of making the event bigger and better. Akash KJ for NDTV India Can.
After the break, are our soldiers getting the respect they deserve? And a peek into the Youth Health Mela held at Chennai. The young students once again prove their genius as the Brainiac quiz program hits Chennai for the second time. Let's hear the story. Brainiac 2013, the science quiz competition for school students, saw the Brainiacs from the school around Chennai and Pondicherry battling out for the top prize. This event was conducted by Satyabama University in its premises for the second consecutive year. 92 teams from 28 schools competed for the first prize of 25,000 rupees. 15,000 and 10,000 rupees were on offer for the second and third places.
We have invited teams of around 92, each team pertaining or containing 3 members per team, and there will be a preliminary round which will go on for 20 minutes, and we shall have 6 teams to participate in the final round.
The 6 teams which cleared the prelims faced the quizmaster, who had his lineup of questions in such a way that everyone had to think out of the box.
Standards that we've set are pretty high because these are, for lack of a better word, these are the creme de la creme of science quizzing. And even if you look at the prelim that we've set, we've taken a huge spectrum of subjects. We haven't looked at only pure sciences, we have looked at the application of these pure sciences. That's going to translate even in the final, where it's going to be real world application.
Doesn't have strong foundation, balances.
There was a lot of quizzing and interesting audience interactions. Finally, after 5 intense rounds, SRDF Vivekananda School emerged victorious, pipping Bhavan's Rajaji Vidyashram and St. Patrick's School Pondicherry, who came second and third respectively. Vaishnavi and Stanley John for NDTV India Can.
The LOC debate may have phased out, but it has left a very important question unanswered. Are our soldiers getting the respect they deserve? This Republic Day, we find out.
January is celebrated in the whole country with great enthusiasm. Like every year, Chennai also saw a display of its talent and strength. But it was surprising that many present there were not even aware of the importance of this day.
Do you know there's a war memorial in Chennai?
Yeah, I think I know, but I'm not sure where.
Some stories are told through movies and some get media attention, but it is disappointing that it took 2 Lance Nayaks and a brutal torture for people to realize that a soldier dies every day in the dark valleys of Kashmir. In contrast, defense forces are respected with grandeur in countries like USA, Russia, Vietnam.
where memorials like the Virginia War Museum tell stories of great valor. Does India not have even one war museum to boast about? Why do the stories of our brave soldiers remain untold? Ex-Army Chief gives us some answers. It is not that there are no war memorials. There is of course the one at India Gate, then a major war memorial at Jalandhar, and a war museum in Delhi is just coming up. Yes, awareness may be less, because what is news to me may not be news for the other. America is 300 years old. India is a very young country, so we need to give it some time. A country that takes pride in being the third largest army in the world has one major war memorial and no war museums, leaving the stories of our brave soldiers untold. Bhavna Jaidwal, NDTV India Can.
Moving on, a number of organizations recently came together in Chennai to conduct a series of activities under the banner Youth Health Mela, the aim of which was to promote healthy living.
This mega event was conducted at Valvarkottam, Chennai between 24th to 27th of January. The main purpose of the 4-day health mela organized by Cancer Institute, Chennai was to emphasize the importance of good health in lives of today's youth. 60 interactive stalls were set up to demonstrate wide areas ranging from personal care to environmental concerns.
We are from Omialachi College of Nursing. Our theme here is Think Globally, Act Locally, and we have depicted the models regarding the prevention and control aspects of global warming. Public come here, they are impressed by our models, and they say it is a motivating factor for them to change their behavior.
The main idea of the Mela is to bring awareness on substance abuse, diet and nutrition, exercise, fitness and hygiene among youngsters with their active participation.
Coming into this place, it's really nice, we understand the importance of food science and, good health and all that. And we visited stalls which shows the importance of good rare millets and organic fertilizer, organic soil. So it's, being a food science student, it's really, helpful and informative for me.
Since we see it in creative ways and colorful ways, we don't forget what we are seeing over here. And it has created quite an impact. Even we'll be looking forward for the next time to come over here.
The biggest challenge for Indian youngsters arises from their lifestyle, which involves the usage of tobacco, alcohol, fast food and reduced physical activities.
So we want to tell them the importance of consuming healthy food, doing exercise, leading a stress-free life, okay? So disease-free life. So this is the main objective. We want to raise awareness.
The prominent display attracting lots of visitors at the event was the food pyramid, which portrayed the importance of fruits and vegetables in our diet. Varthini Arnasalam for NDTV India Can.
Coming up next, a look at the fate of the circus companies since the ban on animal use and the rising interest among youngsters towards archery. Robotics, the cult of any tech event, is expanding its borders from entertainment to social usage. Let's take a look at the Kurukshetra Symposium, where students showcase their robotic talents.
Kurukshetra, the 4-day event that is conducted every year in Anna University, Chennai, is an event for overwhelming talents of future engineers. This symposium is all about exhibiting students' talents through many competitions. Students across the state from various engineering colleges showcase their enthusiastic participation by working on their model projects and innovations. Robotic models are definitely the star of the event. Sensor-based wheelchair for physically challenged people and a robotic hand which imitates the action of human hands are the two highlights created by students with social interests.
A project is a wheelchair for the paralyzed people. That is, it can control the wheelchair for any kind of paralysis, any degree of paralysis. Webcam, it focuses on the black portion of the eye, and as the eye is moved, it can control. and a small magnet will be fixed on the tongue, and you can see here 3 sensors which detect the direction of the movement of the tongue. You can see that there is a sensor, and this light will fall on the corresponding sensors as the head is moved, and the wheel will be controlled accordingly.
Another interesting event in Kurukshetra was Robo War, in which 2 team robots fight each other to win the medal. Then there comes the pirate robots.
Fights of Kurukshetra. Basically, this event is about match the following. You have to match the balls, which is placed in jumble order in a correct canister with the same color of the ball. So basically, even start from a start zone. From there, you have to go and pick a ball and place in a one canister is left empty. You have to leave that take one ball and leave in the empty canister. Take another ball and place at the correct place.
Guest lectures and seminars by scientists and achievers like Daniel Kish, Shankar Annaswamy got students' attention in a great way. There were also fun-time activities held for non-participatory students to enjoy the event. This symposium is definitely a battle of brains for young minds to gain knowledge by all means. Kritika Kannan, NDTV, India Can.
While we are at Mahabharata, Arjuna could only see the eye of the target. The same focus was shown by many young archers at the 33rd National Archery Championships held in Chennai.
In the midst of the controversies that engulfed Commonwealth Games 2010, one of the positive outcomes that emerged was the rising interest level for this not-so-popular sport in India. The medals tally that India bagged at the Commonwealth Games not only motivated existing archers, but has inspired many more to come into the fray. This fever has reached all corners of the country. It is indeed encouraging to witness participants from diverse states.
जरूर आ रहा है बहुत आजकल छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी आर्चरी करना चाह रहे हैं।
इस आर्चरी को इन लोगों ने बहुत बढ़ाया है प्लेयर्स ने, और अब लोग ऑटोग्राफ लेने आने लगे हैं। पहले सिर्फ क्रिकेट और इसके लिए जाते थे, अब हमारे आर्चर्स भी ऑटोग्राफ दे रहे हैं, तो देखने में अच्छा लगता है। और मैं अभी भी कहूँगा, जो नया यूथ है, बच्चे जो सीख रहे हैं, इस गेम में बहुत पोटेंशियल है। आप सीखिए, करिए, इसमें बहुत अच्छा फ्यूचर है और ये हिंदुस्तान के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है।
Neither video games nor cricket, it's archery that these young minds are passionate about.
Like archery is a sport where you use your concentration to the core. When you use your concentration, you can do well in archery.
With the proven caliber of the current medal-bagging athletes and with a lot of young talent taking up the sport, India seems destined for many more medals in future competitions.
With camera person Brahma Nirija, this is Kushal Jadhav reporting for NDTV India Can, Chennai.
It's been almost 15 years since the Indian government banned the use of wild animals in circus performances. What has the fate of the industry been ever since? And how have circus companies changed their approach in attracting audiences? We found out recently at Gemini Circus, Chennai.
Exposing their lives in danger and performing the most risky stunts, these artists are known for amusing audience in circus. Ever since the Indian government banned the use of wild animals, circus companies are looking for various ways in bringing back the charm and entertainment. The most popular Gemini Circus has hired artists from various countries like Africa, Russia and Ukraine to perform exciting acts.
முதல்ல நான் 4-5 மிருக இது அனிமல்ஸ் தான் பேன் பண்ணியிருந்தேன். அது வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டு 92ல், அதுக்கப்புறம் கோர்ட்லலாம் போய் அது கடைசியில் டிசிஷன் வந்து அதுக்கப்புறம் இது கம்ப்ளீட்டாக பேன் பண்ணிவிட்டேன். எல்லாம் ரெஸ்க்யூ சென்டரில் எடுத்து போயிட்டேன். அந்த கொஞ்ச நாளில் கொஞ்சம் எஃபெக்ட் இருந்தது. மறுபடியும் வந்து அதுக்கு சப்ஸ்டியூட்டாக ஃபாரின் ஆர்டிஸ்ட்டு, ரஷ்யன் ஆர்டிஸ்ட்டு, ஆஃப்ரிக்கன் ஆர்டிஸ்ட்டு இதெல்லாம் வச்சு மேக்கப் பண்ணுறேன்.
Riding bikes inside a locked globular metal cage, performing acrobatic feats which demonstrates the strength and body control are some of the performances that the artists dare to do.
My name is Anthony from Tanzania.
I'm leader of a group. We are 8 members, 2 girls and 6 boys. Now 7 years in training from college, Bagamoyo College, Africa.
At the end of these risky acts, artists are encouraged with roar of applause by the audience.
நான் வந்து இயர்லி கம்பல்சரி இந்த ஷோக்கு வந்து பார்க்குறேன். சர்க்கஸ்ன்றது வந்து மேன் பவரால் பண்ணுறது, அதனால் இது ரொம்ப லைக் பண்ணி பார்க்குறேன். எல்லாமே ரியல் ஷோ, ஜஸ்ட் ஷூட் பண்ணி பண்ணாமல் டைரெக்டாக பண்ணுறதுனால இது ரொம்ப என்ஜாய் பண்ணுறோம். எல்லாமே வந்து சர்டன் டைமிங், ஜஸ்ட்டு அப்படியே டைரெக்டாக பண்ணுறது. ஒன்ஸு தப்பாக பண்ணிவிட்டு திரும்ப ரிலே பண்ணுற மாதிரி இல்லாமல் டைரெக்டாக அப்படியே ஷூட் பண்ணுறதுனால இதை நாங்கள் ரொம்ப லைக் பண்ணி பார்க்குறோம், ரொம்ப என்ஜாய் பண்ணுறோம்.
When it comes to entertainment, audience today have plenty of options. Therefore, circus companies have to keep updating with new tricks and technologies so that these performing arts continue to entertain us and never fade away.
This is Gayatri Jayaraman with camera person Lokesh Balachandran for NDTV India Can.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates.
Good night.